everybody, and welcome back to VinnyAdventures. I'm Vinny, and today we're venturing back into Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Nintendo Switch. In the last episode, we finished the main story of the game, and I had mixed emotions about it. Like I said before, I think that if I had some time to sit on the ending as the ending where I thought it was gonna end, like fully end, you know, I think I would have eventually come to terms with it, but I still would not have been very happy with it. This ending, however, we get Pyra and Mithra back, and in fact, it looks like we might even get them as two separate beings. They are now no longer part of the same being. They are their own people, officially, which is really amazing. I have to wonder if we're still gonna get Ascended Pyra, like, in battles and stuff. But this title screen is beautiful. This is gorgeous. I love how he just has them both hand in hand and they're all staring back at the world tree, which is interesting because I thought the world tree is basically destroyed now. I don't know. We are here, in case you guys are wondering, because even though we finished the main story of the game, I'm sure that this game has more for us than just that, and I want to see what that might entail. I don't know how long or how in-depth this video is going to be, but I'm kind of exploring this at the same time as you guys, so we're going to just jump into this. We're going to see what the game has to offer. I don't know if there's going to be some sort of new game plus. I don't know if the world is going to be drastically changed, like maybe all of the Titans really are that close together, and like maybe they're so close together that I can run from Araya to like Morardain or something, you know, like literally walk there. I don't know if it's going to be quite that extreme. Maybe for gameplay, I mean, that would be pretty big. That would be impressive. If the game developers made that happen, I would be thoroughly impressed, but we're just gonna have to find out, I guess, by jumping into it as usual. We can do new game or we can do continue. Obviously here I want to do continue. Okay, so it looks like the game actually just sticks us off right here. So this is one of those games, interestingly enough, this is one of those games that puts you off at the final boss and pretends you haven't actually done anything with it yet, which I can't say I'm entirely surprised by that notion. But it is a little bit disappointing because I mean, did the first, I guess the first game did that too, didn't it? Yeah, because now that I think about it, back on Prison Island, that's exactly what happened. So now I'm in this awkward position where I feel like I don't know what I'm gonna do here.
A few moments later.
I don't know, guys, this may be like a fairly short video. I'm sitting here, I'm kind of baffled because I have no idea what to include in this video. I guess the first thing I'll show off is we do have some DLC. I've had this for probably about 4 or 5 episodes now, and I haven't touched it, mostly because I didn't want to interrupt the flow of the end of the game. We do have DLC Quest List Distribution 1. We have unlocked Passion of the Artisan, talk to Tucker and Torigoth. MIA Nopon, talk to Kona at Drillboard Bridge in Araya. Industrial Sort of Tor, talk to Tutor in Port Anagim in Morardain from Chapter 5. This is telling you, I'm sure this is saying, like, when I'd be able to start these quests. Midnight Feasting, talk to Mugdal in Neril Central Plaza in Morardain. And the Lone Watchman, talk to Madoc at Hard High Dock Level 2 in Morardain. So we have these unlocked. I guess I just, yeah, I want to just open all of these. So that's cool. We've got some quests unlocked. Driver Essentials Set number 2. We've got 10 rare core crystals that I will take. We've got 1 legendary core crystal. We got an overdrive protocol, which is pretty handy if I want to, like, move a healer or something over to Nia or whatever. Tora's favorite thing. We've got 3 juicy salmon. That's not really that big of a deal. And, was that it? Wait, did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. Oh, I did. Okay, Poppy A's favorite thing, Fizz Juice. And then finally, last but not least, we've got Charming Driver Gear Auto Balancer. Okay, so that is an item that we can equip to one of our drivers, which is pretty cool. So I really don't have much that I want to do here. I guess, I guess I can continue talking about my thoughts on the game. I want to make this video. I've decided, like, I do want to put this up, even though this may be a very short video, or this may be a very boring video for some of you. We might do a heart-to-heart or something at the end of this. I haven't really decided, but for now, like, I want to open up conversation here in this comment sections. Like, what do you guys think of this game as a whole? And those of you that are familiar with, you've either played through, or you've watched all of the cutscenes in, or you watched an entire, playthrough of somebody else. Like, I know I recommended Chugga Conroy to a lot of you guys, and a lot of you guys actually went and watched his Let's Play, which is really cool. He's a very good Let's Player. I've been watching his videos ever since he started YouTube, a really long time ago, actually, so that's pretty cool. But those of you who have watched the first game story in any capacity, how do you feel about how this tied in? It was basically a direct tie-in, right? But it was like a direct tie-in in like a parallel way, in that like Shulk and Rhine and all of them never really meet Rex or any of them. Like, those characters don't intertwine, but one character in particular really does, and that is Klaus. Half of him is in this world, half of him is in the other, which is really interesting. It makes me wonder where they could go with a third game. Like, for example, just off the top of my head, a third game could go the direction of what happens to Alrest. Maybe something goes wrong with this new system that Klaus has thrown in. Because Klaus said, I leave you with this one final gift, which I think we're led to believe is like all of the Titans forming and creating this super world where everyone can live in happiness and peace and harmony. It makes you feel that way. And when, like, I don't know, at the end of the game, I still didn't really trust him because I knew who he was, right? He's Zanza. He really just didn't seem very trustable, but I think he really did. He learned from his mistakes, and he wanted to make things right, which is really cool. It's kind of really interesting seeing that, like, basically the good side of him, the good side of him got, like, it stayed in this universe, and then the bad side of him got flung off to the Bionis and Mechonis version, It's all very interesting because what it basically makes me feel like is that this game could include Zanza / Klaus as, like, the end of the game for as many games as they realistically wanted to go with. I know that it's like it showed him as half and half, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything, If it's alternate dimensions and universes we're dealing with, they could very, very easily make it so that, like, let's say they make a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and the worlds seemingly again have no connection until toward the end of the game, and then all of a sudden Zanza shows up and he's like, this is what happens, and maybe in the third game he can view his other selves and what they did, and something goes horribly wrong, and, like, I don't know. I feel like if they did make a third game and it was a spin-off of this kind of concept, I think they could do a really good job with it. I'm not sure exactly how it would tie in. I know that I would love it. I know that I would play it. I still stand by what I said in the last episode. I think that Zanza should have been the final boss in some capacity. I understand that it would have undermined how the game ended. I get it. I just really wasn't happy with Malos being... I like being surprised. Let me put it that way. I like being surprised. I like cliffhangers. I like plot twists. The more plot twists in a game, and I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but the more plot twists in the game and the more the game can trick me and throw me off, the more I respect the game, the more I respect the storytellers, because if a game can continuously keep me off track and make it so that I can't really guess how the game will end, then I think that it's done its job. It's been successful. This game, I don't really feel like it did 100% as good of a job as the first game in keeping me off of its trail, or its tracks, so to speak. And maybe that comes with the territory of just how the game is made. The game is made off of the first game. The game kind of, I guess, assumes that you've played the first game, and so it knows that you're kind of like, it knows that you know how many plot twists it likes to throw at you. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe Malos being the end boss was a plot twist in itself, because I was expecting Zanza to be the end boss when Malos really did end up being the end boss. And maybe it is a plot twist. It's not a very interesting one, though, guys. It's not the most interesting plot twist ever. But it was a decent enough battle. It was challenging. I died twice, trying to figure out just how to do it. The Artifice has, like, a lot of abilities that will one-shot you, and I still never truly figured out what decided if I was going to be one-shot. I think Morag survived most of the time just because she's an agility tank, and I think Nia survived whenever she had Boreas out because he gives her dodge, but I think if Boreas wasn't out, Nia died, and I died literally every time it happened. I think there was maybe one time, and I don't know if I'm even remembering it correctly, I think there's maybe one time when I survived as Rex. But luckily I kept my party gauge up, and ultimately what I needed to do was put a bunch, like a butt ton of elemental orbs on him and then use Ascended Pyra to basically burst everything. And it worked out really well. It worked out really, really well. I think I did my largest chain attack in the entire game there, which was pretty cool. I don't know, what do you guys think about this whole series? What was your favorite moment? If you had to pick one moment, one single shining moment of my Let's Play that was the most memorable to you, the funniest, the most enjoyable, whatever, what moment would it be? Tell me in the comments. Tell me why you feel that way. I'm just interested in seeing, like, what you guys feel about this whole thing. How did you feel about my commentary, too? I'm always trying to improve as a Let's Player. I don't think that this is going to be the best Let's Play of this game on YouTube by a large margin. I think there are many more Let's Players out there who are much, much better than me, who will do a much better job of it. But I will say one thing. I had a ton of fun. And, you know, there were some moments where I was a little bit angry at things. Puppy, you know, cutie pie quest line, and a couple of other moments, you know, some backtracking in certain areas got a little bit annoying as time went on, but ultimately I thought the game was very enjoyable. You know, off the top of my head, I think one of the most enjoyable moments for me was taking down Amalthus with that big chain attack, like that big full burst chain attack. I don't know why. It could be because it literally just happened earlier tonight and it's still fresh in my mind. Yes, that is how many episodes I filmed today, by the way. I filmed a ton of episodes today. But that's like one of my favorite moments. Another one of my favorite moments, I think, was, I don't know, I really enjoyed the cutscene where Nia got in Rex's face. That was a very emotional cutscene. I think seeing Torigoth, not Torigoth, but just Gormott Fields, for the Gormott Plains for the first time, that was a really special moment. I think seeing the glowing trees in Araya was another special moment. This game just had so many great, like, I've made so many memories. I feel like my channel has grown so much. I've met so many people while playing this game. A lot of you put so much thought and attention and passion into your comments, and even though sometimes we might disagree on certain aspects of the game or character developments or whatever, I think you guys have all been so respectful and wonderful of spoilers, of other people's opinions and feelings. It's just been great. I've never been happier and more proud of just this channel. I know that we have a lot of really good things to look forward to. I do have a Let's Play that is pretty much already in the works. I'm really excited to start it. It's going to be very much a departure from this type of a game, for sure. So those of you who are in love with JRPGs, the next game I'm doing may not be exactly a JRPG, but I do urge you to give it a chance because I think it'll be really, really fun. It is one of my favorite games to play. I think it's gonna be a blast. So just, you know, stick by for that. And Magical Cut is magical. Yes, we're in a completely different area now. I want to actually take care of a heart-to-heart. This is the heart-to-heart where we climbed to the very top of this windmill, and we needed Pyra to take care of it. Well, Pyra is now back in our party, and I feel like a heart-to-heart is a good way to kind of, like, wrap things up a little bit. I don't know whose heart-to-heart this is. I really don't know if it's gonna be... You know what? The only thing that I know is that we have an absolutely fantastical view. I mean, look at this. Gormott truly is one of the more beautiful areas in the game. I really enjoy it. I think really thinking on it, if I asked this question, or I brought this question forward a long time ago when we were in, I think, Letheria. I think if I had to retire somewhere, it would be between Letheria or Torigoth. But I think if I really had to choose between the two of those areas, it would actually be Torigoth, and it's mostly because of how it looks at night. With all the buildings lit up at night, and just how the Titan glows like that. I mean, it is so beautiful here. Plus, people play music out in the streets, there's restaurants, there's just like a lot of people here. It's kind of a joyous area, despite having like a big military to it too, you know, but it just seems like, and the music is so peaceful, like, I don't know, I love Fonset Village, but I think I like Torigoth just a little bit more. I don't know, it's also like the first big main city that we really find in the game, and I don't know, and I mean, I say that, but Argentum, you know, there is Argentum, but I mean, outside of that, like, once we're like properly on our journey, this is like the first big refuge that we find. It ends up not being a refuge, of course. We end up being chased around by Lady Bridget and that one colonel guy who I can't remember his name now. But anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing. Let's go ahead and see what this heart-to-heart is.
Amazing. You get a great view of the town from here, eh?
Told you so. When the Zekinator says there's a good view, he doesn't lie. Matter of fact, it's the best view in all of Torigoth.
You're not from here, are you, Zeke? You seem to know quite a lot about the place.
Well, you see, last time I was here, the old geese at the inn gave me the lowdown.
Oh, right, you used to travel all over the place, didn't you? Do you know a lot about other places apart from Gormott, then?
Oh, yes. You wouldn't believe some of the things I've seen. But listen, I want you to tell me something. What does this scenery right here make you think of?
How should I answer? It's such a big, lively town, or honestly, I think I prefer Fonset? Oh my god, it's like the game literally read my mind. I mean, I get it. Rex is from Fonset, so I understand why he's asking this question, or not asking the question, but like answering this way. But, like, seriously, that is downright spooky. Like, too spooky for me, game. I was literally just talking about comparing Fonset with this place, and all of a sudden, we're comparing Fonset with this place. I'm not going to answer that, though. I think it is such a big, lively town, because that is how I feel about it, and I really enjoy it.
It's such a big, lively town.
Yeah. Sure. But you know, that's just a facade. It's what they want you to see.
A facade?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know Gormott's a colony of Morar Dane right now. Well, the only reason the town looks so lively is because Morar Dane has a military base here. Most other settlements in Gormott, everyone's doing hard work like farming and lumberjacking. And most of what they produce, they export to Morar Dane. It's quite a tough life here. A lot of folks are struggling. And it's not just Gormott either. I've seen a good few dark underbellies on my travels, no doubt about it.
Did you ever try to help those people out?
Ah, so many times. I had it in my head that the Zekinator had the power to fix anything, but fancy sword skills and titles. They aren't much use to most folks. I was trying to save the world alone, but what happened is that reality bit me on the arse.
Hey, don't look at it like that.
Huh?
Sure, maybe you don't have the power to save the whole world right now, but there are definitely people out there that you have helped. Me and Pyra for a start. So Zeke, don't ever give up. Don't forget. You've got some people you can count on now.
Yeah, you're right. You really are. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not just the Zekinator now. I've got you guys watching my back. Some of the things I couldn't do back then might even be possible now.
Right? So let's keep doing what we can. All of us, together.
Yeah, I just gotta put my back into it. Look out, world! The Zekinator's coming to rock your socks off! Whew! That sure felt good. Your turn, Rex. Let your manifesto out.
I'm gonna get Pyra and Mithra to Elysium or die trying.
Yee-haw!
What are you two doing? You're embarrassing me.
Alright, that one was called Hard Life. And okay, I love how this game, man, is this game, like, spooky, guys. Spooky. I'm talking about how much I love Torigoth, and it literally gives me a heart-to-heart that's like, are you sure you love Torigoth? You know, this is all just a facade, and everyone here is starving. It's almost as if the game wants me to be sad. But then, of course, it was funny. It was a funny heart-to-heart, and anytime Zeke is in anything, it suddenly becomes lighthearted and fun and amazing. So, I mean, I really don't regret that. That was a great heart-to-heart. I'm really happy that we did that. So guys, before I end off here, one thing that I want to ask before I go is, what do you guys think of this series continuing on? Would you like more videos, maybe showing some more heart-to-hearts, maybe showing some more side quests? Are you ready to let go of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or would you like to see more? Would you watch the videos if I made them? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to promise that I will not touch any big quests or any heart-to-hearts. I might still play the game and like level up and stuff, and then meanwhile I'll be posting my videos, because you have to remember, I just finished this game today, and you guys probably won't even see this episode until maybe like a week from now, which is crazy. So I'll you know, for the rest of the week, I'm gonna leave the game kind of alone. You know, I might play like level up and stuff, and like level up some blade affinities that don't require heart-to-hearts, but I won't touch anything major story. And I want you guys to tell me, like, would you like me to continue making videos that are just filled with heart-to-hearts and side questing stuff, or do you think the series should just have its end? Let me know. I think both answers are acceptable. I just want to make sure that if I'm going to spend the time and energy making more Xenoblade Chronicles 2 videos, that you guys are going to keep watching even though we finish the main story. But guys, until that time, I think I am going to go ahead and end this episode off here. If you guys enjoyed this episode, remember to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to stay updated. And I will see you guys, probably, for more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. See you later!